She screamed. The street went silent. Her son vanished into thin air. Puebla, 1652. A city of cobblestone streets and towering churches. The sun had barely risen. Mariana cradled her little boy, Diego, outside their small home. He laughed, chasing a stray cat near the fountain. It was an ordinary morning, until strangers appeared. 3 men, cloaked and stern-faced. No one recognized them. Before Mariana could react, they snatched Diego. His cries echoed through the streets. Mariana ran after them. Her hands reached for his tiny frame, but they were gone. The crowd murmured. Some whispered about kidnappers, others about curses. Mariana's heart pounded. Her world shattered in an instant. Days passed. No sign of Diego. Mariana questioned the neighbors. No one had seen a thing. The local authorities? They shrugged. A missing child in 1652 wasn't unusual, they said. Mariana couldn't accept it. She refused to bow to fear. By candlelight, she pored over the city records. Every family, every traveler, every strange visitor. She looked for patterns, any clue that could lead her to her son. The city streets at night whispered secrets. Shadows moved strangely. Footsteps echoed behind her. Mariana knew someone was watching. She asked for help from the town healer. The healer's eyes widened as Mariana spoke. "Your son, this is no ordinary disappearance," the healer whispered. Mariana's pulse raced. "What do you mean?" she demanded. The healer shook his head. "There are truths in this city, hidden for generations, and what you seek will shake Puebla itself." Mariana's resolve hardened. She would not rest. She would uncover the truth, no matter the cost. The first clue was already forming. Hidden in plain sight, Mariana just didn't know it yet. A note, just one small, crumpled note, and everything changed. Mariana couldn't sleep. Her mind replayed Diego's laughter and the strangers' cold, unfeeling faces. The sun rose, but the city felt darker. Cobblestones glistened with morning dew. Every shadow seemed alive. Every whisper felt like a warning. She returned to the fountain, the last place she had seen Diego. Her fingers brushed the cold stone. And then she noticed it. A small scrap of parchment tucked under a loose brick. Her hands shook. Unfolding it revealed a message, written in hurried, jagged letters. "Seek the house where no door opens. The truth waits." Mariana's heart skipped. No house in Puebla matched that description, or so she thought. Questions surged. Who left the note? Why? And what did they mean by truth? She asked the neighbors about any abandoned or locked houses. Some avoided her gaze. Others whispered warnings. "There's a place at the edge of town. No one dares go there," one old woman murmured. Mariana felt a chill. The edge of town. The shadows where merchants feared to travel. The place the city wanted forgotten. But Mariana's fear had been replaced by determination. She would find her son. She would confront whatever darkness hid in Puebla. That evening, she prepared. A small lantern, bread for Diego, a dagger she kept under her dress. She followed the cobblestone path toward the city outskirts. The streets grew quieter. Houses became sparse. The air thickened with mist. And then she saw it. A house unlike any other. Shutters nailed shut. doors sealed tight, windows blackened as if the sun itself feared to enter. The walls bore strange carvings, symbols she did not understand. Mariana swallowed her fear. She pressed her ear to the door. Silence. Then, a faint cry. Diego. She knocked. No answer. She tried the handle. Locked. The note had been right. The truth was here. And Mariana realized she was not just chasing her son. She was stepping into a secret buried deep in Puebla. A secret that could change everything she thought she knew. If you want to see how Mariana uncovers the first terrifying clue about Diego, hit like, share your theories in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss next. The door wouldn't budge, but a whisper from inside called her name. Mariana pressed her palm against the cold, sealed wood. Diego's cries echoed faintly through the walls. Her heart raced. She had never felt fear like this before, but she refused to run. The symbols carved into the house's walls glowed faintly in her lantern light. Strange lines, almost alive, twisting and writhing. Mariana traced them with her fingers. A jolt ran through her. Magic? Curse? Or a warning? She didn't know. She only knew she had to save her son. Then she noticed a small window at the side, high above the ground. Its glass was dusty, cracked, but the latch was loose. She climbed, trembling. The window gave way under her weight. She slipped inside. Darkness swallowed her. The air smelled of damp stone and forgotten secrets. Every step echoed like a drumbeat. Mariana called Diego's name. A muffled sob answered. Her son was near. She followed the sound to a narrow hallway. Shadows danced on the walls. A strange painting hung crookedly. A family portrait. The faces were blurred, except for one. A man, smiling coldly. Mariana's stomach dropped. She recognized him from the streets, the one who had handed her the note. Before she could think, a door creaked open at the end of the hall. Inside, a faint light glimmered. And there he was, Diego, sitting on a small wooden chair. Chains bound his wrists. Tears streaked his face. But his eyes shone with a strange intelligence. Mariana's throat tightened. "Mom," he whispered. The sound made her heart ache. She rushed forward. The chains wouldn't budge. She pulled, tugged, tried everything. Then she noticed a small key hanging on the wall, just above the fireplace. Her hand trembled as she reached for it. Suddenly, a shadow moved behind her. A man stepped into the light, the one from the note. His smile was cruel. "You shouldn't be here," he said softly. "But now that you are, you will learn the truth." Mariana's mind spun. Truth? What truth? And why was her son involved? She had crossed the line, into a web of lies, power, and secrets that had slept for generations. And Mariana realized the city she thought she knew was hiding something darker than she could imagine. He smiled, but Mariana felt the chill of death behind that grin. The man's shadow loomed over her. Mariana gripped her lantern like a weapon. Diego's small hands tugged at her sleeve, eyes wide with fear. "You will never leave here alive," the man whispered. Mariana's breath caught, but anger burned brighter than fear. She would not let them take her son. Not now, not ever. The man circled her slowly. His steps were silent on the stone floor. "Do you know why I took him?" he asked. Mariana shook her head. "Because he carries the blood of the city's secret," he said, voice low and sinister. Her mind raced. Blood? Secret? She thought she knew Puebla. But suddenly, Everything seemed wrong. He pointed to a wall covered in symbols. "Your son is destined to reveal what was hidden," he said. Her weight felt the weight of his words. Diego? Special? Chosen? The sudden noise. The chains binding Diego rattled. Mariana lunged forward. "The key!" She grabbed it, and with trembling hands unlocked the chain. Diego fell into her arms. Relief surged, but it was short-lived. The man laughed. "You cannot escape what is meant to be," he said. Mariana's lantern flickered. Shadows stretched along the walls like living things. She noticed a trapdoor beneath the fireplace. Could it be a way out? She glanced at Diego. His eyes met hers. He nodded ever so slightly. Mariana understood. They had to move. She lifted Diego, and together they crept toward the trapdoor. Her hand slipped on the cold stone. The man's laughter grew louder, echoing through the house. They descended into darkness. A hidden tunnel, narrow and damp, stretched before them. The smell of earth and decay filled the air. Mariana didn't look back. She only focused on moving forward. Diego clung to her tightly. Every step took them deeper and closer to the truth. Suddenly, they stopped. Voices. Whispered voices from far ahead. "They're coming," Mariana whispered. Diego whimpered. Mariana hugged him close. The tunnel led somewhere, and she knew what awaited them would shake Puebla to its core. If you want to discover the terrifying secret Mariana uncovers in the tunnels and how it could change the city forever, like, comment your theories, and subscribe for next. The walls whispered, and the truth was more horrifying than Mariana imagined. The tunnel was narrow, dark, and damp. Mariana's lantern flickered, casting ghostly shadows. Diego clung to her, small hands trembling, eyes wide. Every step echoed like a warning. Whispers, faint at first, then louder. "Leave, leave, or perish." Mariana's heart raced. She tightened her grip on Diego. The walls began to shift. Symbols, like those on the house, glowed faintly in the dark. Lines twisted, forming shapes she didn't understand. Her mind raced. Could this be magic? A curse? Something the city had buried centuries ago? Ahead, she saw a dim light. A chamber. Mariana stepped inside. The air was thick. Dust danced in the lantern glow. And then she saw it. A mural, covering the entire wall. It depicted Puebla, but not as she knew it. Figures bound in chains. Children, women, men, all suffering. And at the center, a family that looked like hers. Mariana's breath caught. This is my family," she whispered. The mural shifted, almost alive. Diego tugged at her sleeve. "Mom, why are they crying?" he asked. Mariana's eyes widened. Her son's voice, innocent yet piercing. She realized the city's elite had been hiding a dark secret. Generations of children taken, families silenced. The mural wasn't just art. It was a warning, a record, a confession. A noise. Behind her, the man from the house. He stepped into the chamber, eyes glowing with malice. "You see now," he said softly, "the truth your city hides. Your son, he carries the key to exposing it all." Mariana's hands shook. "Why him? Why my son?" she demanded. "Because he is the last of the line. he replied. "The one who can reveal everything." Diego looked at her, eyes filled with courage beyond his years. Mariana realized the child she had been protecting was more than a boy. He was the city's hope. The man advanced. Mariana held Diego tightly. "I will not let you take him," she said, voice strong despite the fear. The chamber seemed to pulse, the murals, the symbols, all watching. And Mariana knew the fight for her son's life was only beginning. If you want to see how Mariana protects Diego and uncovers the shocking truth about Puebla's hidden secrets, like, comment your theories, and subscribe for next. The shadows moved, and the chamber held a secret more terrifying than Mariana had ever imagined. The man stepped closer. Diego clutched Mariana's arm. Her heart pounded. Every instinct screamed at her to run, but she couldn't leave her son. "You cannot escape the truth," the man whispered. "The city will devour you, as it has devoured generations before." Mariana's hands tightened around Diego. "I will fight," she said, "no matter what it takes." Suddenly the murals shifted. The figures in chains seemed to writhe, faces twisted in silent screams. The air grew thick, heavy, almost alive. Diego tugged at her sleeve. "Mom, they're looking at us," he said, voice trembling. Mariana glanced at him. His eyes glowed faintly in the lantern light. A strange power, something ancient, coursed through him. She realized Diego wasn't just any child. The man lunged. Mariana stepped forward, shielding Diego. A bolt of light shot from Diego's hands, striking the man. He staggered back, eyes wide with shock. The murals pulsed brighter. The chamber hummed. Mariana's mind raced. Diego's power was connected to the city's secret, to the murals, to the generations of children lost. The man recovered. He sneered. "You think a child can stop centuries of power?" Mariana stood firm. "I don't think, I know we can." She grabbed Diego's hand. Together they focused on the murals. The figures in chains glowed. Whispers turned into voices. "Free us! Free us!" The man screamed. The chamber trembled. Stone cracked underfoot. Mariana realized the murals were not just walls. They were a prison for the city's stolen souls. With a deep breath, she whispered to Diego, "Do it." Diego raised his hands. A blinding light erupted from him. The chains in the murals shattered. The chamber shook violently. The man was thrown back. Mariana shielded Diego, heart racing. When the light faded, the man lay unconscious. The murals now showed peace, the figures free, the city's secret exposed. Mariana hugged Diego tightly. Her son, her brave, extraordinary son, had saved not just himself, but the souls of generations. But Mariana knew the fight wasn't over. The city still held secrets, and there were those who would stop at nothing to hide them. The city wasn't done with them yet, and neither were the shadows. Mariana stepped out of the hidden chamber. Diego clung to her hand, still trembling, but glowing faintly. The city of Puebla looked ordinary in the daylight, but Mariana knew the darkness lingered beneath. She moved through the streets cautiously. People passed by, unaware, but some eyes followed them, suspicious, calculating. The city's elite, guardians of the secret, were watching. Mariana's mind raced. She had freed the souls in the murals, but the truth had to be revealed, or nothing would change. She returned to the town square. Whispers followed her. Merchants, priests, townspeople, all uneasy. Mariana raised her voice. She told the story of the murals, of the children lost, of the secret power buried in the city. Some gasped, some laughed nervously, some turned pale. Suddenly, a group of men appeared, clad in dark cloaks, the same men who had helped hide the city's secrets. Their eyes burned with anger. "You have no idea what you've unleashed," their leader said. Mariana held Diego close. "You cannot silence the truth," she said firmly. Diego stepped forward, faint glow emanating from his hands. The men hesitated. Fear flickered in their eyes. The air pulsed. The city seemed to respond to Diego's power. Stone cracked, shadows scattered, whispers of the lost souls echoed through the streets. The leader lunged. Diego raised his hands. A brilliant light struck the man, throwing him back. Mariana moved quickly, helping Diego protect themselves. The crowd watched in awe. Mariana realized the city had feared the truth for centuries, but now with Diego's power, they had a chance to reveal the horrors, to free the innocent, to change Puebla forever. But danger was not gone. The elite would not surrender easily. They would strike again. And Mariana knew the next battle would demand everything from them. She hugged Diego tightly. "Stay close," she whispered. He nodded. Together, they would face the darkness. If you want to see how Mariana and Diego fight the city's powerful secret guardians and uncover even darker truths, like, comment your theories, and subscribe for next tech. The city's elite had secrets, and they would kill to protect them. Mariana and Diego ran through the twisting streets of Puebla. The sun dipped low, casting long shadows. Every corner seemed alive. Every whisper felt like a warning. "They're coming," Diego whispered. Mariana nodded. She knew they couldn't hide forever. The city's guardians of darkness were relentless. They reached an abandoned chapel at the edge of town. Dusty pews and broken windows greeted them. Inside, Mariana spread the murals' sketches on the floor. "This is it," she said. "The proof, the evidence the city can't hide anymore." Diego touched one of the sketches. His hands glowed faintly. The symbols shimmered. Mariana realized his power could reveal the truth to everyone. Suddenly, footsteps. Heavy, purposeful. The elite had found them. Mariana grabbed Diego. "Stay behind me," she whispered. The door burst open. A group of cloaked figures stormed in. The leader's eyes burned with fury. "You dare expose us?" he growled. Mariana's voice trembled but stayed strong. "We will no longer let you hide the city's crimes." Diego stepped forward, hands glowing brighter. A wave of light radiated from him. The men staggered, fear flashing in their eyes. The leader lunged. Diego raised his hands. A wave of light erupted. The shadows scattered. The elite fell to their knees, powerless. Mariana moved closer, holding Diego tightly. "Show them," she whispered. Diego concentrated. The light from his hands spread, touching the streets of Puebla. People stopped. They saw the murals. They saw the chains. They saw the city's hidden horrors. Gasps filled the air. The whispers became cries of shock and anger. The truth finally revealed. The city trembled under its own secrets. The leader stared at Mariana and Diego. "You've unleashed a storm," he hissed. Mariana met his gaze. "And storms cleanse what was corrupted," she said. Diego clung to her hand, exhausted but unafraid. Mariana realized the battle had been won, but the city's wounds ran deep. They had struck a blow against darkness, but Puebla's secrets were vast, and not all would forgive. The city's darkest secret was closer than Mariana had ever imagined. Puebla slept uneasily. The streets seemed quieter, but Mariana knew danger still lurked. She clutched Diego's hand tightly as they walked. The mural's truth had shaken the city, but not everyone wanted it revealed. Whispers followed them. Shadowy figures moved in the alleys. Mariana's heart raced. They were being hunted again. A sudden tug. Diego pointed toward an old well at the square's center. Mariana frowned. The well? It was abandoned for decades, or so they thought. She approached cautiously. Peering into the darkness, she saw something that made her blood run cold. The stolen children, generations of them, imprisoned below. Chains, dust, shadows. The city's secret, hidden beneath its very foundation. Diego's glow intensified. The children stirred. Whispers turned into cries. Mariana's eyes widened. This is it. The truth they hid, she whispered. Her son's power had revealed the final piece. The elite leader appeared from the shadows. "You think exposing this will save them?" he snarled. "They are mine to control." Mariana stepped forward, shielding the children with her body. Diego raised his hands. A brilliant light filled the square. Chains shattered. The imprisoned children ran free, their faces filled with relief and confusion. The elite staggered, powerless. The city's secrets could no longer be contained. Mariana realized the corruption wasn't just in the powerful. It had seeped into the streets, into the people. But now, with the truth revealed, there was hope. The leader glared at them. "This isn't over," he hissed. Mariana stood tall. "Perhaps. But today, you lost." Diego hugged her tightly. Mariana looked around at the freed children. She felt a mix of fear and pride. They had survived. They had unveiled Puebla's darkest truth. The city would never be the same, and neither would Mariana or Diego. Their journey had begun in desperation and ended with revelation. But Mariana knew one thing: truth has power, and sometimes the smallest light can illuminate the darkest shadow. If you want to witness the shocking aftermath and how Puebla reacts to the unveiled secrets, like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for Part 10, the final. The city held its breath, and Mariana knew the final truth would shake Puebla forever. The streets of Puebla were quiet, but the air thrummed with tension. Word of Mariana and Diego's revelation had spread like wildfire. People gathered in the squares, whispering, staring at the freed children. Shock, fear, relief, confusion. The city was alive with emotion, but the darkness that had ruled for centuries had not disappeared entirely. Mariana held Diego's hand tightly. He had grown stronger in the last days, his glow now steady, warm, and protective. She looked at him, her brave, extraordinary son. Her heart swelled with pride. He had saved not only himself, but countless innocent lives. The leader of the elite appeared one last time, flanked by the few loyal followers left. His eyes were dark with fury. "You may have freed the children," he hissed, "but the city is mine." Mariana stepped forward, unwavering. "No," she said. "The city belongs to its people, and the truth cannot be hidden anymore." Diego raised his hands. A wave of radiant light spread from him, washing over the leader and his followers. They staggered, powerless, their dark influence shattered. The murals, the symbols, the shadows, they all responded to Diego's energy. The city itself seemed to breathe, cleansing itself of centuries of corruption. People cheered. The children ran to their families, tears streaming down their faces. Mariana watched, tears in her own eyes. For the first time in years, Puebla felt free. The power of hidden truth revealed. The city had been shaken to its core. The leader fell to his knees. You don't understand," he murmured. Mariana shook her head. "I understand perfectly. Power without justice destroys, and today, justice has won." Diego hugged her tightly. "Mom, we did it," he whispered. Mariana pulled him close. "Yes, my love, we did it together." As the sun rose over Puebla, its golden light touched every corner of the city. Shadows fled. Walls no longer whispered secrets. The streets no longer hid the cries of the innocent. And Mariana realized something profound. The fight had not been against one man or group. It had been against the silence, the lies, the fear that allowed evil to thrive. Puebla would never be the same. Mariana and Diego would never be the same. They had faced darkness, uncovered the truth, and emerged victorious. And now, the city could finally begin to heal. Mariana looked down at Diego. "You were meant for this," she whispered. Diego smiled faintly, the glow in his hands fading, but leaving warmth in her heart. He said, "Together." "Yes, together," Mariana replied. The story of the mother and her son would be told for generations, a tale of courage, truth, and light, piercing the deepest shadows. Puebla had been shaken, and in its shaking, it had found hope. If you were captivated by Mariana and Diego's journey, make sure to like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more thrilling stories that uncover the hidden truths of history.